Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you with another video, and today I've got something kind of special here to show you. This is all 15 super treasure hunts of the Hot Wheels 2017 mainline. Yes, I've got all 15 here, even the ones that really haven't even hit the US yet. So basically, I want to say, first of all, a big shout out and thank you to @crazytodd_diecast on Instagram. All the super treasure hunts you were about to see, with the exception of I think one that I have loose, are his cars. So I do not own these. These are Crazy Todd's, but we are going to go ahead and go through them, all 15 of them, and kind of talk a little bit about the castings. And of course, we're going to start with your 2017 A case, the 63 Chevy 2. And here this beauty is. This was a sweet one to kick off the 2017 main line. Here is your regular casting there. As you can see, with the non-Spectraflame pink flame tampos and plastic tires. This one we get rubber tires, of course, and Spectraflame paint. Also a added surface tampo. We get the top tampo, which has flames. I wish I could crack these all for you, but I could not convince Todd to let me do that. And so we're going to look at them in the packages. I did take them out of the Protectos, though, very carefully. And so here we go. So there's your A case. Here's the regular. This car actually just debuted in the mainline last year. And here are your two from last year. You got one in red and one in blue. This was a new model for 2016 and a very cool one. They decided to superize it again right away. It also got released this year again in the Hot Wheels Retro Style series, which can be found at Target. And here it is there. So there's all your versions of this casting. There is only a total of 5 of them, including the Super. So there is those. Pretty nifty. So let's go on to B case. So this was your A case, Super. And B case, of course, was the Mystery Machine. And here is your Super Treasure Hunt Mystery Machine. We get it in a Spectraflame green. Pretty cool wheels on the thing. Looks a lot like the Retro Entertainment release, except for it's got the translucent paint. Here is the regular from this release. There that is. The Mystery Machine had a Retro Entertainment debut in 2013. I don't have any of those to show you. And then it was re-released again in 2016. I do have the 2014 mainline version. This was the original time it was shown in the mainline. Get that in focus there. So there it is. Not much changed between these two besides a slight wheel variation. So there's that. And here is your Super Mystery Machine. Pretty cool. I dig vans. I guess it technically is a van. So I think it's a pretty cool casting. I do actually have one of these in my personal collection, as well as the Chevy 2. So there's that one. Then we got C cases, which is the 16 Angels. And of course, the C cases kind of hit around the holidays of 2016. And of course, 2017 C case. We got the debut of the white rubber tires. Excuse me, which we saw again on the Highway Hauler from the Beatles release. We used the white tires. So kind of interesting there. 16 Angels. This one's been used a lot, actually. It's been a 2004 mainline debut. Had a few oddball releases. It actually was a 2006 Toy Fair model. It was in a track set, some holiday releases. It actually was a Super Treasure Hunt previous to this in 2008, which I do not have to show you. The design is supposedly inspired by a Jaguar E-Type. Here's the regular of the casting. And I guess I see a little E-Type in it, but not a whole lot. Kind of a lackluster Super to me, because it's a fantasy casting, of course, but it does look very nice in white and gold. So there is your C case. Next up, of course, is D case. And here is your D case Super. It is the Toyota off-road truck in Falcon livery. Looking very nice. There it is. Here is the regular casting. Pretty cool. I couldn't find my loose one of these for whatever reason. But there's my carded one. And looks pretty nice. Spectraflame blue. The green is basically the same. And then it does it have an added tampo on the top? No, it does not. Pretty much the same. Pretty cool looking though. Now this one is interesting because, well, it's been used a lot. It was 2000. It was a 2000 debut in a 2-car set, and I think it was actually like a 100% Hot Wheels set. I could be wrong on that, but I think it did have a 100% Hot Wheels release, which is pretty much almost the same tool with like a different base and stuff. And then it was in the 2004 Auto Affinity set, which was an interesting one. I think I actually have that one somewhere. And then it was first in the mainline. It didn't show up in the mainline until 2008. And then it also was a super just recently in 2015. Here's the regular of that super, and here is the super. So there's the 2015 super. That is a pretty neat one. Definitely dig it in Spectra Flame Red. So there is that. That is your D case. So moving on from there, we've got the Surf Crate. This is your E case. I don't have any other examples of the Surf Crate to show you, but this casting has been around for quite a long time. I've just never been a huge fan of it. 2000 mainline debut. 2002 had a Hot Wheels Club Series 1. It's been used a ton. It was last in the 2015 mainline. So that's the last time it was used before it became a super. I don't even have the regular one pulled for this, so I can't even show you that right now. So yeah, I didn't even pick up the regular of this. I don't have it. But there is your super. And it does look pretty cool. But not really my cup of tea. So there's that. And then next up, F cases. This will probably be some people's favorite of the year. Here is your F case, Acura NSX, in a, I guess you'd call it Spectra Flame Gold. Looking very nice. And this, of course, this Acura NSX was debuted in last year's mainline, 2016. Here are the two colors it debuted in. Here's the red one. I think the blue one came first, so there is that. So you could have got these last year on the pegs and probably could still find them some places. But there are the two cars from last year. Here is the regular from this year, the regular car, and then this, of course, is your super. I do have one of these in my collection, and I do dig this quite a bit. It's got tampos in the right places, in the front and the rear, and that's it. I do kind of like that gold color. I thought it looked really goofy in pictures when I first saw it, but in person, I think it looks pretty awesome. So there is your Acura NSX. Next up, we got G cases, which is your 67 Chevy C10. This one I don't have in my collection, but it is definitely a cool one. This casting is pretty cool. The casting debuted in 2013 mainline. It was also in the 2015 and 2016 mainline and was a Zamac release in 2016. I do have a regular one of these to show you. There's the regular, there's the super. Pretty cool. The regular one actually looks very nice as well. This was in the USA or Patriot series. Why am I drawing a blank on what the series was called? Stars and Stripes, that was it. I think that's what this is from. Stars and Stripes series, which was found at Walmart. So here's a C10 in that version, and I think this was last year's mainline version. At least one of the colorways. It might have been done in two colors, but this is the one I had loose. So there is that, and there is your super. Pretty cool. I like it. So there's the Chevy C10. Next up, we got, again this year, there was a Batmobile Classic TV series, and this year we get the Batmobile, which is actually the Brave and the Bold Batmobile. Here's your super. I actually was able to find one of these in the wild. And this one, of course, is H cases. This casting had a 2010 mainline debut. It was used in the 2012 and 2014 Batman series, and it was also in the 2015 mainline. Here's a 2015 mainline one. At least one of them. I think this was actually, might have been released in two colors in 2015. I think it was. So there's that. And then here is the regular of the casting. This one might be a little harder to tell on camera, but you see the TH logo right there. It does have rubber tires. The paint is somewhat close. This is more of a metal flake. This is just a translucent kind of Spectra Flame black, I guess is what you would call it. So there is that. And, oh, I got one more Batmobile to show you real quick. Here, this is the first edition of it. So I dug this out. I do have it. I didn't know I had it until I was digging around, but yeah, there it is. Pretty cool. So there is that, and what do we got next? We got from H to J. Of course, there is no I. There's no I in Hot Wheels. And here is your J case Super, and I actually do have one of these loose, which was an REOK from Crazy Todd. He found 2 of these in one night, gave me one, and I cracked it open. So there it is. We'll take a look at the loose one instead of the carded one. There it is, and then here is your regular. So there's the regular and the Super. This SRT Viper has not been used a whole ton. It's been in multi-packs, so there was 2 multi-pack exclusives. It was in the 2014 mainline in 2 colors. There was a New York Auto Show exclusive and a 2012 mainline debut. I do have the 2014 ones. Here is it in yellow again, with black on the hood. Here is it. This one looks pretty cool, I think. Blue and red. It's kind of an orangish red. I think that version of it looks pretty cool. I like this casting. Of course, I made a custom of this casting, which I showed in my recent weekly video. Why not take a quick peek at it again? Here it is, since I got it near me. That's that same casting. Pretty cool. And so there is your Viper Super. So next up, what do we got? We got K cases. Now in K cases, we got the Cruise Bruiser. Here is your Cruise Bruiser. And kind of cool. Hot Wheels Daredevil series. This one is another one that debuted quite recently. This was last year, 2016. Here are the first 2 colors that you've seen it in. Blue and an orange, a gloss orange and a matte blue, which looks kind of cool, with I Love Demolition on the side. This casting is based on a 68 Olds Vista Cruisera, and it's pretty cool. It also was seen in the Mario Kart series as Bowser, I think was the one it was. And I think that one looks pretty awesome. I do have it somewhere, but I didn't dig it out for the video. I apologize. But there's that. Oh, here's the regular and the blue. We can just crack this one open. Todd won't let me crack any of his Supers, but at least lets me show them. So that's pretty awesome. I was going to get out one of mine and just crack it on the video. Tease him with that, but yeah. There it is, regular and Super. So that is your K case. K case Super. So that brings us to L. L cases is the 69 Chevelle SS 396. Again with the kind of Spectraflame gold, or we may call it Spectraflame yellow, but it does look really nice. It's almost the same color as the Viper. The NSX is quite a bit, I think, a little darker than both of them. More gold than yellow, I would say. And these are more yellow than gold. But anyway, who cares about that? We've got this casting to look at. It's pretty awesome. Here is the regular right there in yellow. So there's the 2 together. This was a 2008 mainline debut. 2009, it had a convention car. It was used in the mainline a few times. Was a basic treasure hunt in 2012, which actually looks really nice. I don't have it. I saw a picture of it. It looks really cool. And then it was last in the 2015 mainline, which I think it was a K-Day exclusive too. This was the K-Day color for that 2015. So it's a pretty neat casting for you muscle car fans and for Chevelle fans. It's pretty cool to see it as a Super. I do like the color combo of this one with the blue and the red and then this Spectraflame yellow. I think it looks pretty awesome. Definitely better than the regular, but the regular one's not too bad either. So there is that guy. Alright, so what's next we got? We only have 4 left here. We got the M case, which is the 2005 Ford Mustang, which this one is surprisingly a very good looking one. I did not like the original casting, which came out in 2015. It was based on the 2014 car that was made by Action Vehicle Engineering. It was shown at the 2014 SEMA show, and this is the original right here. This is the original release, and this looks a lot like the actual car, which is pretty cool with the exception of the orange windshield. If they wouldn't have done the orange windshield, I think it would be much nicer. But there's that, and then here is its recolor for that same year. So there's that, and then here's the regular release, Super Treasure Hunt. We got those together. Excuse me. So again, another basically recent release that gets turned into a Super almost right away. So not quite the following year, but the year after. So that's kind of interesting that they've been doing that. So there is that. And what do we got next? We got the what's probably going to be everybody's favorite, except for maybe the last one, the 67 Camaro. And let me tell you, this thing in person does look absolutely awesome. No, it doesn't have the opening hood that this casting used to have. This casting's an old one. It debuted in 1983 in the mainline in this very livery. So it had the exact same tampo scheme. This is a throwback, basically, to that first release. It was not used again, though, after 83 until 91 in the California Customs series. And then after that, it got used a ton, I believe. It was in the it's the notorious 1995 Treasure Hunt that's goes for big bucks. And it's had lots and lots of releases. It was a 2005 T-Hunt. It had a plastic body version of this casting in the Color Shifters line. It was last seen in the Camaro series with an opening hood, which I don't know where mine is, so I didn't bust that one out at all. And yeah, so this is actually the first version of it ever with a plastic base and no opening features. And I don't have a regular one of these because the regular cases have not really come out in the U.S. They haven't hit shelves at all yet. So I do not have any of these. Todd won this one, I believe, in a raffle. Here is one of the original castings. This was in a multi-pack. This was in a Camaro 5-pack, or Muscle Cars 5-pack. There's the opening hood. And we got the metal base. Very cool casting. I've always thought this casting was awesome. Here it is now with a plastic base, though. But still looks very, very nice. Here's one of my favorites of that. Was the 2007, and these metal flake blue with flames. This is a beautiful looking car. If you don't have it in your collection and you like the Camaro, you should definitely pick this one up. You probably can get it for pretty cheap. So there is that. And then next up we got, second to last, the Velocita. And this one is Spectre Flame Purple, and that's about the only thing great I can say about it. This was a 2014 mainline debut. It was in the 2015 and 16 mainline. It was a 2016 mystery model. And now we see it as a Super, which, yeah, I don't really have much to say about the Velocita. Got about as much to say about that as I do the 16 Angels. And I think those are probably going to be the tie for the least sought-after Supers of the year. So this will be in second place. And possibly, well, actually last. I bet you this will probably be dubbed as the least favorite Super of the year. Second to the 16 Angels. So the Velocita, I don't have any other versions of this casting, of course, to show you at all, because it's not something I would collect. But the purple color is kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, not my cup of tea. And now, the final Super Treasure Hunt of 2017, and a contestant for probably the collector's favorite would be this Nissan Fairlady Z. All you JDM lovers out there, here is your Super of 2017 to go after. These are not out yet, basically. They might be out internationally. I don't really know for sure. This is another raffle win. So there is the Nissan Fairlady Z. This, of course, was only seen one other time so far. Here's its debut. And this was in, last year's main line. And it's a pretty nice casting. It's pretty cool. I love my Z cars. Big fan of them. As far as Japanese nostalgic cars go, Z cars, the Nissan Zs are my favorite. Definitely my favorite. I like them more than the Bluebirds and the you know, the Bluebird wagons and stuff like that. I think the Z cars are definitely cool to me. I dig them. I've always liked the way the Z cars looked, and this is no exception. It's very cool. It's an Advan livery. Of course, I don't have the regular one to show you, but this is it. This is Q case. So this one people will definitely be going after. It'll probably fetch a premium on eBay. It probably already is. I mean, you probably can get one on eBay. I'm sure you can. I just never really looked it up. But there it is, Nissan Fairlady Z. So that is your Q. So real quick, just to recap, we'll go in reverse order. You got the Nissan Fairlady Z in Q cases, the final case of the year. Then we got the Camaro. Oops, sorry, the Velocita. Don't forget about that one. Here's this one. Boop, we just looked at. The purple. Then next up is your Camaro. Then your Ford Mustang. Then your Chevy Chevelle SS 396. Your Cruise Bruiser. SRT Viper, 2013 SRT Viper, which actually this one might be my favorite just because I dig Vipers and I think that car's cool. Well, the Camaro, actually. The Camaro's probably my favorite. The Batmobile. The Chevy C10. The Acura NSX. Pretty sweet. There's that one. The Surf Crate. The Toyota off-road truck, the 16 Angels, and the Mystery Machine, and then finally with your AK Super, the one that started the year, the 63 Chevy 2. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty good little group of supers. Let me know what you think is your favorite in the comments down below. Which one do you like the best? And, yeah, that's about it. So, thank you guys for watching this cool video. Thanks again to Crazy Todd for letting me show his cars. I don't get many raffles, and I think that's how I got most of these was in raffles. Some of them we found in the wild. Actually, I found this one because I found 2 of these at the same time and hooked him up with one. He found 2 mystery machines at the same time and hooked me up with one, so that was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, and that's about it. So, hope you enjoyed this Super Treasure Hunts of 2017 video, and enjoy the rest of your day.